Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ricky J. Welcome to another EA Sports UFC 4 update video. And this one's going to be played out a little bit differently, man. We're just going to chill out, relax, and talk about the business on our boy Joe Rogan. And it's been posted on some reputable websites today that Joe Rogan will not be providing commentary for EA Sports UFC 4, and he will be replaced by Daniel Cormier. So this is on Bloody Elbow. You got MMA Mania who are posting similar news as well. And if you played the beta, you got a taste of Daniel Cormier in there. And I'll talk about the beta a little bit later. But I want to take you back real quick before we get into the goods about Rogan of a video that I made in 2018. I want you guys to take a listen. And it was with regards to Joe Rogan refusing to do new commentary. So for UFC 3, he actually didn't add new commentary. They had to take clips from actual pay-per-views and add Rogan's voice, those voice clips into the game because he just refused to go back into the booth and put in all that time. But I want you guys to listen to what I said right here. Check it out. And I'm thinking in time when UFC 4 drops, they may actually go a different route and go with maybe someone like a Daniel Cormier. So there you have it. Just call me Ricky J. Nostradamus, but it was pretty obvious they were going to go with Daniel Cormier or Dominic Cruz. I'm glad actually that they went with Cormier. I just love his voice. I feel like he does a fantastic job at breaking down the fights. I feel like he does a better job than Dominic Cruz. I don't mind Cruz, but I prefer Cormier, so I'm glad they went with Cormier. But as far as Rogan, listen up to this, man. Joe Rogan was recently given a $100 million Spotify deal back in May. And there's an article here on MMA Mania about how he feels gross during a time when people can't work. But his net worth, I did some digging too about Rogan. His net worth is over $100 million. So he is not going to put himself in situations where he needs to grind. And that's why he's not doing the new audio clips for the game, you know, and even for events. If you guys noticed, Joe Rogan used to do every single event with Goldberg. You remember that? It was such a crazy grind for him. And then he started to kind of have one foot out the door, and he ended up getting a deal, with the UFC, and he's only doing pay-per-views in North America. And he feels like having a less of a workload has ignited that fire in him for the love of the game, for the love of the sport. But he doesn't want to do the UFC game, so we're going to have to go with Cormier. But I want to read this to you real quick. So it says when EA UFC is released, a familiar name will no longer be providing commentary. Joe Rogan has been alongside Goldberg or Anik for the entire UFC Undisputed, which I said, as well as 3 previous UFC titles. This won't be the case for this year's iteration of the video game, as confirmed by creative director Brian Hayes on GameSpot. So, yeah, it's been confirmed that he's not going to be in there. If you guys played the beta, so we're going to be talking about the beta, and I got to be careful because I can't show, video clips or have you guys listen to audio pieces of the game. But if you played the beta, you got a taste of Cormier, and he's done a great job, man. I felt like he did a great job in the beta, but part of me misses Rogan. I just feel like when you watch UFC, you're just so accustomed to listening to Joe Rogan, so not having him in the game is a shame. And there was some people. It's so funny how when people start talking and speculating, some people were saying when the beta was dropped that, you know what, they just have Cormier in there, but they're actually going to add Rogan's old clips into the game. So that's not the case. But I feel like Anik and Cormier, they actually flow pretty well, man. I was playing the game, but I was also enjoying the commentary as well. So they do a fantastic job. So for EA Sports UFC 4, it's going to be Daniel Cormier and John Anik. And I'll be honest with you guys, man, I miss Goldberg. I really do. I felt like when Goldberg was doing the games, I felt like I really wanted to hear his reactions to the fights. With John Anik, I still feel like he does a solid job, but I love Goldberg. Let me know your thoughts if you miss Goldberg's voice in video games. But anyway, guys, you know what was funny too? For THQ, remember for Undisputed? I used to love listening to, was his name Steven Quadros? And oh my gosh, What was his name? Jeez, he was the street fighting sensei. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right here. Oh man, hold on. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Boss Rutan. Oh yeah, you didn't think I was gonna remember, huh? But I love listening to those two guys in the game. They were great. But let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens in EA Sports UFC 4. And that is that, man. I'll stop rambling. Let me know your thoughts on Rogan being out and Cormier being in, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is Ricky J. Have an awesome day, and stay well, brothers and sisters. Take care.
Fettuccini Alfredo.